Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Demon Souls livestream series. It is currently the 25th part of a livestream series, and it is the 27th of May 2019. I usually don't tell you guys the date when I'm recording, but I decided to tell you this time around. And as soon as I start streaming, I'm getting a call from someone, and I think I know who it is, and I absolutely hate that person, because I've been waiting for them to call me for the last 7 days, and they choose to call me at a random time on a Monday while I'm streaming. Can you not? Also, why is my connection is really bad right now. What the hell's going on? Guys, I do apologize for dropping frames like this. The reason why, I don't know why that happened. It seems that when I get a call, like all of a sudden, my connection shits itself. Well, it should be back now. I'm just a little bit worried about that sort of stuff because at the beginning of one of my, I believe it was the third recording for Dragon Quest Swords, I was dropping frames for the first 5 minutes of it and it looked terrible. But anyway, I hate this person for calling me now of all times, and I'm assuming that's the person, but anyway, if they call me again, I might have to answer. But for now, no, bugger off. Literally at the moment that I start live streaming. Am I getting called again? No, I got a voicemail. I nearly shat. Because the last thing I want to do when I'm trying to do a frickin' live stream is have to take a call. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, hi everyone. Just to do a brief introduction again, it is the Demon Souls live stream series, and it is the 25th part of it. It's good to be back in Demon Souls. I took a little bit of time to get started with this build, and I do realise that. I don't know how many weeks it was, might have been 3, might have been 4 since I last recorded for the series. But yeah, I was trying to prioritise my Let's Play stuff, and I ended up doing that by sort of making sure that I was consistently recording Breath of the Wild. And I have been doing that, and I may even record Breath of the Wild later on today as well. But what I will be... lost my train of thought there. I'm trying to get all of my chats up here. Give me a moment while I do that. Oh, hi Makan, welcome to the live stream again. Yes, more souls, which is a good thing, and I'm happy about that too. But another thing that was sort of holding me back from recording Demon Souls was the fact that I was not decisive enough as far as choosing what build I wanted to run. And I ended up choosing the most boring build of all, a strength build, just to sort of say to myself, hey, well, if you can't make a frickin' decision on what you're going to record, just do a strength build and shut up. So that is the plan today. I'm also feeling rather red today. I've got a red Emperor shirt on. It's the self-titled shirt. I've got my red PS3 controller, and I've also got Chimère Rouge. I'm absolutely on fire today. Also, I will mention there is a lot of wind going on outside, which is a weird way to describe that, but yeah, it's windy outside. And when my connection became really shit, I was thinking, well, hopefully some sort of internet problem in the area hasn't been triggered by this sudden gust of wind that's been coming through. It's funny, I went down to get these beers not too long ago, like maybe 20 minutes ago, and there was no wind at all. And now it's like there's a fucking cyclone outside, so great. Hopefully a tree doesn't fall on my house while I'm recording. Where is my bottle opener? I feel like every single time I need the thing, I can't find it. And then whenever I don't need it, I'm playing with it on my desk. Here it is. Alrighty, so we will indeed be... Oh. Okay, as long as you don't start fizzing too much, my friend. But yeah, so we will be doing the first... No. So, sorry, my train of thought is gone. Maybe I'm just so excited about my beer. This is the first time I've had Chimère Rouge for a while. But anyway, so what we will be doing in this video is we will be taking on World 1-1, 1-2. My intention is to get the Brushwood set, which requires Executioner Marauder. And I have a strange feeling that I have yet to actually fight Executioner Marauder on camera in this live stream series, which is insane. You would think that by now, 25 parts in, I would have actually frickin' confronted her by now, but no. I think I said by now twice, but anyway, point is, I'm quite distraught about the thought that rhymes, of me not having actually fought her yet. But today is the day, my friends, or at least I'm going to attempt to have today be the day. It absolutely pisses me off when the head is too large for me to really fully pour it. This beer has obviously been disturbed a little bit, but anyway. That is a bit too fluffy for my tastes, so we're going to let it settle. Now, what ends up happening is that it ends up looking a bit worse when you let it settle for too long, and then the head just becomes a bit of a... Anyway, it becomes a bit of a mess. So I'm going to load game just to see what... No. I am not signed into PlayStation Network. I do not really need to sign into PlayStation Network, because I need to actually do an update, and I'm too lazy to do an update, so we're going to not sign in. Starting the game in offline mode is fine. So Miriam, is that... That's my Morian Blade build, I think, so that's good to know. I just couldn't remember what characters I actually had here, so stop that. Alrighty. Now, what we're going to do is make a male character, and I don't really know what name I'm going to give him. Let's give him a funny name. Something that would be... something that's not suitable at all. I want something that sounds funny for, like, a big, strong man to have. What would be an ironic name in that way? Maybe... we'll call him Pee-wee, how about that? I don't know, that just came to me. It came to me in a dream, and that would indicate that right now I'm in a dream, but anyway. Pee-wee, we're not even going to give it a space. Pee-wee. Just like that, Pee-wee. And I think we're going to make a knight. Generally, when I'm doing a strength build, I like to run knight. And my very first, I guess, playthrough of the game that I ever did back in 2009 was with a knight build, or a knight class, I should say. Because Dick Pickle, I'm not going to name him Dick Pickle. Pee-wee will do it for me. Although I do like the Dick Pickle reference. But yeah, I did the first run ever with a knight class, for the simple reason that the knight appears in all of the cinematics for Demon's Souls, and I actually really like how the Fluted Knight set looks, visually. And yeah, so I am definitely happy to be doing the knight class again. Just going to cycle through the various characters here. Maybe this will do. We'll make him more masculine, and we'll make him a bit aged, and we'll give him a different hairstyle, because that receding hairline really does bother me. There you go. He looks extremely unimpressed, and that's exactly what I want. Pee-wee is obviously the kind of guy who got bullied in school because of his name, and he has to compensate by wearing huge armor and being all mean and stuff. So there you go. That's exactly what we want right there. I think we are good to go with Pee-wee, the strength build man. Obviously, when it comes to the build names in this particular livestream series, I've not been very serious with them. I named the Windmill Rapier build Windmill-chan, and I would like to think that that's not a serious name. I look very dark in there, don't I? It's because it's dark in this room. Let's go and move that. No, I would not like to play Journey Through the Nexus, and I remember in one of my previous livestream playthroughs, I selected yes to go through Journey Through the Nexus, because I thought the question was, would you like to go? No, would you like to skip the Journey Through the Nexus? And I selected yes, thinking that was the question, but actually the question was whether or not I wanted to do it, so that did not really work in my favour whatsoever. But anyway, you have died and the Nexus has trapped your soul. You cannot escape the Nexus. It is good to be wearing the Fluted Knight set again, as I was sort of saying before. It's got a nostalgia factor to it, and yeah, it feels really good. Hopefully everything is looking alright. I'm looking at the brightness of the game. It does look a little bit dark, so maybe I'll raise that brightness just a little bit, because it bothers me slightly. I don't want it to be uncomfortable to your eyes, my dear viewers. So we're going to raise the brightness just a tad. There we go. It was just a small increase of brightness. I do want it to... You see, the Souls games are really dark in general. Whenever I play the Souls games, I always make sure that I have the brightness much higher than they recommend that it be set to. You know, you usually get that, not so much in Demon Souls, but in Dark Souls and all the other Souls games, you get sort of that symbol that's supposed to be barely visible and the symbol that's supposed to be perfectly visible. I always have it so that it's as bright as possible, because whenever you're in a dark location, particularly when you're recording, it's okay sort of if you're playing the game and you have to sort of squint at things when it's dark, but I don't find it to be very appealing to the eyes when you're watching back for a recording, so yeah, I'm not really interested in that. We're starting off with the... what's this called again? I want to say the Kite Shield. It is the Kite Shield, good to know. I thought that might have been a Dark Souls thing, and I would have made myself out to be a bit of an idiot, but no, it is the Kite Shield in this game, which is good to see. We've got the Long Sword, which I do definitely like because of this attack. This is one of my favourite attack animations in the entire series, and it has a good feel to it, you know. Yeah, jumping forward like that. I'm not going to waste too much more time in this area, of course, and by this area I mean the Nexus. We will continue into World 1-1. Without further ado, we shall do that now. Anyway, I think that's settled enough. Let's take a drink. I have to tell you, due to my sickness, I have not been drinking any alcohol. And I need it. But anyway, well, not that I need it. It's interesting, because I haven't had this for so long, it has a certain different taste to it. I don't know why. Basically, when it comes to... I mean, they also call it Chimay Brune, but I call it Rouge. Yeah, it's got a slightly different taste to how I remember it. Usually it's got a bit of a sweet taste to it. That's my fear as well. I'm worried that having a beer is going to mess with my throat in some way or another. And it's giving me a tickle in my throat. Hopefully it doesn't cause me to start coughing through the whole frickin' live stream. That would not be ideal whatsoever. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's why I haven't been having alcohol, because I really don't know what it's going to do to my throat. Pretty much my priority was having my voice get better, you know. So I wasn't going to consume any beverages in the meantime. But I'd like to think that it's good enough now that I can have a beer or two, so that's what I'm doing. Stop that, sir. Demonstrating that lovely strong attack. And what was not lovely was me doing this. I absolutely hate doing that accidentally. That is not what I enjoy. Not at all. Anyway, we are indeed back in World 1-1, and I feel like I've spent a lot of time in this live stream series in this area, but there aren't that many areas in this game. And I suppose that's one drawback to Demon Souls. There's no... well, there isn't as much content as the other games. So pretty much with every single game that you play chronologically in the Souls series, I feel like there's more and more content. And this is probably the one with the least amount of content, and it is a little bit of a shame. I would have liked to have gone to the Archstone of the Giants, but that was never a thing, for reasons unknown, to me at least. I don't know why they cut that from the game. I don't believe that they were intending it to be a DLC. I don't think DLC was ever really on the cards for the From Software fellas when they were making this game. But for one reason or another, the Archstone of the Giants was cut and instead was made into this broken Archstone. For those who haven't seen it, I would recommend that you go and YouTube it, because one guy did quite some time ago. It might have been around 5 or 6 years ago now. He went and recreated the assets or something like that for that actual location, because it was completed enough that it could be almost fully recreated. And it's kind of like this, I don't even know how to compare it. I guess you could say it's similar to like a Drang Lake, New Londo sort of location, where you've got like a building and you're going through these narrow corridors, and the enemies themselves are rather strange. All of the I suppose, designs for the monsters themselves, or the enemies, however you want to refer to them, they're fully intact. You can actually see the appearances of those enemies. There's like snake people and bird people. It's kind of strange. It doesn't look like Demon Souls. That's the strange thing. I mean, it's not just because I've never played the game with those enemies or in that area. The whole thing just doesn't have a Demon Souls feel to it. Whether or not that was a contributing factor as to... Well, speak English, Doom Link, please, I beg of you. I don't know whether or not that was a contributing factor to the decision to just pull it, but, yeah. It was not included, and do I wish it was included? Not necessarily, but I do wish that that extra Archstone was in the game in some form. It didn't necessarily have to be that particular location, but just something. A little bit more content than we have in this game would have been nice. But I do still enjoy this game regardless. So, yeah, I'm not going to complain too much about it. And also, it's a bit late to be complaining as well. Now the question as to whether or not the remaster of this game, which I believe is going to come, I would be very surprised if they didn't, and I've talked about this before, but the Demon Souls remaster, as far as I'm concerned, is straight up money in the pockets of whoever wants to do it. Just straight up money. Hey, wanna earn some money? Done. The Souls environment now is such that pretty much From Software can pinch out a turd, right? And everyone's going to go, let's buy it. Whoa, there goes my beer. But anyway, I suppose that's my karma. I just launched my beer everywhere. But anyway, it's good because it was off camera, so you've got no concept for how bad that was, but it was bad. Anyway, so the point is, everyone and their fucking dog, and maybe their cat as well, will want to buy anything that From Software shits out. So therefore, yeah. This is technically a From Software game, even if it's remastered by someone else, because I think that was what was being discussed. The fact that if a Demon Souls remaster were to be done, it would not be done by From Software, or at the very least it wouldn't be done directly by them. They might have some kind of part to play in it, but they wouldn't actually... It wouldn't be their initiative, you know. They wouldn't make the decision to do it, and they wouldn't do the grunt work involved. So, do bear with me for just a moment while I go, and, oh, yeah. So, I just need to do a bit of a clean-up operation here, because I've, you know, had a moment here. A spillage, if you will. And, so my mouse has been... My mouse was caught in the fire. And by fire, I don't mean, like, you know, burning. I mean gunfire. It's metaphorical, relax. But, yeah... One of my USB cables was caught in the fire. And one of my externals was caught in the fire. The bag for my lapel mic was caught in the fire. Long story short, there was quite a massacre went down. Does beer make your USB connection faster? I'd rather not have to test it out, but I will have to... Oh my god. What a fucking mess. But do bear with me. In fact, I'm going to continue talking so that you remain entertained. But yeah, so the situation is with Demon Souls, at least for me, is a question of whether they would bring back the Archstone of the Giants if they were to do a remaster. If they were to do that, and I'm not saying there's a high chance of that, I would say that it's a pretty low chance that they would do it. Because it was cut from the main game, right? They would have no real reason to bring it back. And it would also be a lot of work. I think that whoever remasters this game is going to be of the mind, or at least operate based on the philosophy of make lots of money, but don't work too hard. I'd say that's going to be the situation, because it is an opportunity to make a lot of money, but not actually do much at all. It just has to be optimized for PC, I would guess. and whatever else they're going to release it on, most likely. Oh, 2 USBs got caught. One was the connection for my external. My external also got hit. And the other was my SD card reader. I do have a lot of things on my desk. Although I haven't needed to use my SD card since dumping all the files from my 3DS to get Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate working on my PC. Oh, how lovely is this? My capture card remote got caught in the fire. Let's stop saying caught in the fire, shall we? But yeah, really. It was quite a chaotic event. But I suppose, at least for me, it further... what's the word? Encapsulated I'm not impressed about this either. Not that you can really see that, but there's beer on my lovely leather pouch. But, yeah. Oh no! Not my $100 drink voucher. Yeah. Shit. Don't worry, guys. We're almost done with this. And I do thank you for bearing with me. But yeah, I don't know, and I don't think... Well, I don't know if they would do it, and I don't think they will do it when it comes to bringing back the Archstone of the Giants. They could do it for a DLC sort of scenario, and they would love to do a DLC sort of thing for this remastered version of the game. And I do realise that I speak of the remastered version. I didn't even know you could actually parry his shield bash. I had no idea. But yeah, really, that's... I think they would love to do a DLC because it's an opportunity for more money. That's a good thought. So what they would probably do is they wouldn't work more than they really had to on this game unless they could pass it off as some sort of DLC expansion. So I reckon they could do the Archstone of the Giants for like a $10 or $15 DLC expansion, and maybe that would be worthwhile for them. I think that if everyone who bought Demon's Souls Remastered went and got a $10 or $15 DLC expansion, maybe $10, just because I don't think it would be that much content, really. I think that that would be enough money in their pockets. But once again, this is all speculative, and speculative to a degree where it's best not to even really listen to what I'm saying, so yeah, don't. But anyway. Just getting the Kling Ring because it might be a nice thing to have. I will mention, because it is my intention to get Execution Meralda's area unlocked here in this playthrough, I will be sort of playing it extra safe, and it will be easier to do that because I am using the Fluted Knight set. It does have a lot of defense, but I will not be trying to get the Ring of Great Strength until after accessing Execution Meralda, because I do not want to risk the death, and therefore the, yeah, the scenario where I can't actually access Execution Meralda until like after World 1.3 or 1.4 or something like that. What is the current... Oh, that's dark. I don't even know if killing 2 bosses is going to be enough to get that to pure white. That's freaking rough, man. Anyway. We'll go and equip the Kling Ring now. Actually, we'll put it in this slot, because I'll put the Thief's Ring in the first slot. And, yeah. I think it's raining outside. Is it raining? Because you know how sometimes you can mistake the sound of wind for rain, but I'm pretty sure I can hear the sound of water dripping. So, I am actually tempted to check that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the Thief's Ring, and then I'm going to check to see if it's raining outside, because I am interested to see. Because if that is the case, then this weather sort of came out of nowhere. Because there was absolutely no indication that this was going to happen when I was out walking just before I started streaming, so... Yeah, she's raining. It's raining, it's pouring. Anyway. That reminded me of an old song from probably long before my father was born, even. And I'm not going to sing it, but it has to do with... The start of it is, it's raining, it's pouring. Oh, scheiße. Oh, there you go. I'm glad I didn't get caught in that explosion. That would have really hurt, even with my fluted night set. So, for those of you who are not really familiar with how I feel about strength builds generally, it's not my preferred style of play. So do expect a little bit of frustration in this particular playthrough, as well as the New Game Plus and Beyond playthroughs in this particular build, because I just don't like the lack of mobility. Lack of mobility bothers me. So therefore, I could do a light moving strength build, like I could. I'm not actually forced to have a slow moving strength build, but I do prefer to have a more, for lack of a better way to describe it, traditional sort of strength build going on in this actual, I guess, I don't want to say build twice. I want to have a certain build in this build. That makes no sense. In this run, in this playthrough, I want to have a more traditional strength build. And for me, that is something heavy, something slow moving, so that's what I will probably do. Anyway. I just realized that one of my hard drives was being really noisy because it suddenly stopped vibrating, and it made me realize how loud it is. It's one of those scenarios. Can you stop following me? It's creepy. Anyway, it's one of those situations where you don't realize how loud something is until the sound stops, which I always find to be really fascinating. It's that sort of ambient noise that sometimes you just don't notice. And it's really kind of distracting when it stops, which is funny. Because it's not distracting when it's actually happening, but anyway. But then if it starts again, you're going to notice it a lot more, which can be annoying. I, for one, do not allow my hard drives to run while I'm sleeping, because they make so much noise. I have 5 external hard drives hooked up to a USB hub, and I just find it a lot easier to have them be external as opposed to actual hard disk drives inside my PC. That's why I have them as externals. And I do realize that that, as a result, makes them louder, but still, it's better for me to do it that way. But the problem there is that I can't really sleep with them on. So oftentimes things like downloading while I'm sleeping, that doesn't really happen because I don't download to my C drive. It's just a rather small SSD that I have. Hi Caitlin, welcome to the live stream. But yeah, it's I like to have them off at all times. And some of you might say, well, that's not a big surprise, Doomlink. You probably just turn off your computer while you're sleeping. No, I don't. For the longest time, for as long as I can remember, I've never actually turned off my computer for any real reason other than to actually restart it, or if I'm going away somewhere. Outside of those scenarios, I just keep it on. So I'm kind of doomed to have some sort of throttled performance when PC gaming, unless I specifically restart because I decide that I want better performance. So one of the reasons why I got a really good PC back in 2017, which was a 1080 Ti and an i7-7700K, which was probably the best thing you could get back then, apart from, say, a Titan. It was a Titan XP at that time, I think. I believe so, anyway. But, yeah, really. I got those because I knew that I was going to get a throttled version of that performance anyway, because I was never going to turn off my PC, so, yeah. And that has served me well, and continues to serve me well. So, yeah, anyway, I'll stop that. I say throttled, of course, in the sense that when you leave your PC on for a long time, things just slow down a lot. Oh god, I missed a backstab. Check that out. I love that when that happens. I think that's the second or third time I've done that on camera. That exact same scenario. See, look at that. That's really strange. Usually, this game is about as forgiving as the first Dark Souls when it comes to things like backstabs, but both of those were pretty much on target, yet still, were not in my favour at all. Install parry instead. To refer again to the presence of many builds currently in this series, and to discuss whether or not I will do New Game Plus runs of those, I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. It's not a matter of whether or not, actually. It's a matter of just when. Because I definitely will. As far as when, I do not know. So, we'll have to see. I would like to do a few more, though, before I start with that stuff. Just in the interest of variation. Because I don't want there to be too much repetition in this live stream series, you see. What would interest me a lot more is to just do a lot of different new game builds, and then much further on in the future, start working on the New Game Plus and above versions of those. So the idea is, as I mentioned in the first part of this live stream series, the idea is to have this be a very long-running series. And doing New Game Plus versions of these particular builds that I'm doing in the future is just something that I will be doing, but probably not even this year, just to put it in perspective. And this year has been going really fast for me, so that's not going to be difficult for me to, I guess, hold myself to that. I'm probably just going to forget and just be like, yeah, oh, it'll be 2020 and I still haven't done that. And that would be fine, because that was my intention anyway. Let's get out of the way of this fire. Enjoy the slowdown. Once again, the only thing that I would be interested in a Demon's Souls remaster for that reason. First and foremost, the opportunity to play it on PC. That would be really good. That's probably the biggest thing for me. Because I'm at a stage in my life now where if I'm going to play a game, I prefer to have all of the time spent be in one place, where I can actually check all of that. And that's Steam for me. Can you stop running away? Seriously. So annoying. But yeah, Steam is the place where I want that. These guys are kind of dumb. They are... This is the starting area. They're quite basic as far as their AI is concerned. And that is the idea of a starting area. But yeah, playing the remaster on PC is a big thing for me, and I would love to do that. Would I therefore emulate the game on PC? Don't think so, because I can just play it on PS3 here without emulating it. So if I were actually to play the game on PC, I would prefer to have more benefits to it and also run it through Steam. The idea of more benefits being, you know, have it be a little bit better optimized, you know. So I think a remaster would be in order. However, of course I am a little bit worried about the remaster being too much of a remaster. I think the Dark Souls original remaster, which was released last year, was decent. I don't think they remastered it too much. There were some good changes that were made. I think they made changes to backstabs though, which I'm not too much a fan of. Perhaps they did. I don't know if they did, but that's my vague memory of it. But if they did, then that's not okay. But things like adding a bonfire at the Vamos blacksmith location, that's really good. But I will mention that when I do get around to actually recording for the original Dark Souls game in its own live stream series on my channel, and I don't know when that will be. That's something that I can't even give a time estimate for. It won't be this year, I can say that for certain. But when I do actually record that, it will be the original PC version that I will record. It'll be the DS Fix version, so hopefully I'll be able to get unlocked frames working there. Because it is worth mentioning that kind of around the time, like I think it might have been 3 or 4 months before the Dark Souls remaster came out, for some reason DS Fix just stopped working in terms of the frame unlock for me, and I still don't know why. Yes, I was messing around in the INI file and all of that, doing all of the troubleshooting business. I'm not stupid. I am pretty used to things not working for me when it comes to computer software and whatever else, so I'm very good at troubleshooting in that way. And nothing that I did worked, except for, say, reinstalling the whole thing, which I was kind of worried about doing, because I had seen that people were having similar issues and reinstalling did not solve the problem for them. so I still haven't gotten around to doing that. But I will be returning to the whole troubleshooting business when it does come time for me to actually record that in a live stream series. So, yeah. Yes, the dogs are still annoying, although there are no dogs here in this level. I would say that the dogs are probably too difficult for this particular level. The one after this will have dogs though, so that will be exciting somewhat. No, it won't be exciting at all, it will be horrendous. So I did pick up turpentine, so I will use that, but only once I have used all of my firebombs. I don't mind using all of my firebombs, that's not really something that concerns me, because I don't really use them outside of this boss anymore. Of course, what I do love about firebombs is that the explosion is so small, yet it has so much splash damage. Just look at that, it's crazy. I'll never understand it. But, yeah, whatever works. Of course, trying to get it so that I'm not getting flinched by these guys and their ranged attacks is a bit of a scenario. Yummy splash damage. Yummy, yummy. Of course, turpentine works just as well as well. You can just apply turpentine, go two-handed, and beat the shit out of these guys, but firebombs are good too. As I mentioned, I don't really use them outside of this confrontation anyway, so I don't consider this to be a waste if I have turpentine as well. It's fine. I can probably go turpentine now. Then we'll two-hand our way through the rest of the boss fight. Unless he's still going to remain protected. Which he may. He sort of is. What the bloody hell do you want now? Oh, it's just Discord, as per usual. I feel like every single time I'm doing a live stream, I'm being assaulted by notifications. Anyway. No, I'm just so popular. That's all it is. But yeah, I will be doing... The reason why I'm going to do the original version of the Dark Souls game when I'm doing the live stream series is just because I'm a traditionalist. I'm a purist and a traditionalist, and it feels right for me to record the original version. So, yeah. For me, the Dark Souls remaster is not much more than a more convenient version of what DS Fix offers. Now, I don't know if DS Fix will even be supported anymore. I don't think it is. I haven't been following up on it at all. I haven't actually played Dark Souls since before the remaster came out. So I've actually got no idea whatsoever as far as whether or not it's being supported by anyone. But I wouldn't put it past even the hardcore guys to not even touch the original Dark Souls anymore, so that they can just go and play the remaster. But anyway, I suppose we'll have to go and talk to the Monumental now. What is going on with your internet, Caitlin? I feel like it's been terrible for a long time. That kind of internet trouble is what I would expect for someone living in Australia like me. And quite frankly, I'm sick of that. I don't know when Australia's internet will be fixed, but by the time it is fixed, I probably won't even live in the country anymore. Because it is my long-term goal to get the hell out of here, but anyway. We'll see when that happens.
There's one. Now you have used...
It's funny because last time, in the previous recording that I did, it was the New Game Plus run, like the first, I guess, World 1-1 run, 1-1 run. That's a thing that I just thought of. Because remember when I was talking about that song, there was another old tongue twister that was similar to what I just said. But anyway, I'll say it in a moment. But, yeah, I actually said no to the Monumental in my New Game Plus run of the Windmill Rapier build. So that was a bit rude of me. Anyway. 1-1 was a racehorse, 2-2 was 1-2. 1-1-1 race. No, I can't even do it. 1-1, 1-1 race, and 2-2, 1-1-2. There we go. It's ridiculous. It's so dumb. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It's probably Well, it's definitely much older than I am. But anyway. So we'll put away the materials here. And then... Oh yeah, you live in a very rural location, don't you?
Wait, where are you going?
Yeah. So... Don't think there's anything else that we really need to put away, so I suppose we'll just level up and go into world 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2.
What is it?
No, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I will indeed seek soul power. It's a bit over the top to give me a yes or no sort of prompt to actually level up. Just relax. Yes, I do want to level up. Okay, so... I don't even know what I want to level up, to be honest. The 10 magic and 11 faith is a little bit over the top, but I might want a bit of magic for whatever it's called, the Flame Lurker boss. Or I could always cheese it. I could whip out the purple flame shield and... Oh, sorry, I meant I could always not cheese it, that's what I meant to say. Cheesing is the default, not cheesing is what I do when I'm trying to not be a horrible person. But yeah, I could whip out the purple flame shield and do that. The reason why I would do that is because the purple flame shield does have a lot of fire resistance, which is definitely useful going up against the flame lurker. But I would probably use the large brushwood shield going forward into world 2, 1 and 2, 2. That is assuming I can access Executioner Meralda's area. Look at this shit! There's nothing I can do! I can't access Executioner Meralda because for some freaking reason, the starting world tendencies are just shit. Look at this. So Boletarian Palace is barely in the white. I haven't died, I've killed a boss. Not good enough for these people. It's fucking rude. I just want to access Executioner Meralda once in this fucking livestream series, please. It's ridiculous. I don't want to have to kill the Penetrator as well. Anyway, let's kill the Tower Knight. Am I ready to go? I haven't leveled up. Let's do that first. I don't even know what to level up right now, because I'm going to need to put points into Endurance if I will be using the Brushwood set. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it yet, because of this stupid world tendency garbage. I've got no idea right now, I have to tell you. So... could do Vitality. Well, let's take you to 16, how about that? And you to 14, that always feels right. So we'll just put it at that, that's fine. So we'll go into the Phalanx Archstone and take that on. And say hello to the dogs as well, later on as we go through. I do apologise for my coughing, by the way. The beer has set it off, I can tell. Don't know if I got something in my eye or what. Oh, anyway. I am not at all impressed about Execution Meralda right now. In the past, I have definitely, without problem, actually fought her after killing the first boss of World 1. Many, many times I've done that. But pretty much every recording that I've done so far in this livestream series has not allowed me to do that. The starting tendency is just too low. So that sucks. Stop that. I should have actually upgraded my longsword at least once or twice. But anyway. I guess not. Guess I decided to not do that. What weapons will I even use? That's one thing that I should say. I won't be using the meat cleaver here. I want to save the meat cleaver for a quality build. Now I do realise that the meat cleaver works perfectly fine for a pure strength build. It's a high, raw damage weapon with an S scaling in both strength and dexterity. Now, If it has an S scaling in strength and has that much actual physical damage, it's still going to do a shitload of end scaling damage in a strength build. It doesn't have to be a quality build, but I want it to be like a special quality build weapon. So I'm not going to use it in this build. Otherwise it won't feel as special when I use it in the quality build. And I don't know when I'll do the quality build. Next build is going to be a toss-up between the quality build and EP Rapier build. I still don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'll want to do the EP Rapier build after this. I'll probably have the... You know what I'll do? I'll have the strength build be a heavy build, and then the quality build will be a fast-moving build. How about that? That sounds fair to me. We'll coax the dragon out. And I don't know where he is. There he is. We'll let him breathe over the bridge, and then we will follow after him. Love those frame drops. Now I do realise that if, for example, a Demon Souls remaster comes out before I've had a chance to go into the New Game Plus versions of, or the New Game Plus runs of these different builds that I've been doing in the original version, that would be kind of unfortunate. But I'm willing to abandon these particular characters to do that. I mean, I might not abandon them. You know, it's possible that I won't. Maybe I would return to the PS3 version. All I know is that I wouldn't be as inclined to do that. So, we'll see what happens. Maybe there won't even be a remaster on this game. I speak of it as if it's an absolute guarantee. I look at it from a financial perspective and say, well, hey, it's free money. Make it. It's not really free money, but compared to making a new Souls game or a new RPG, whatever FromSoft wants to do now, I think they've stopped with the Souls series, technically. People have been saying that the Dark Souls 3 game was the finale. I don't know and I don't care. Like, I really don't. I won't be playing any FromSoft RPGs anymore. So, unless it's a Souls game. I will play Kingsfield later on, but I don't know when that's happening. I'll be playing Morrowind before that. On camera, that is. So, who knows? But Kingsfield is a plan. And, yeah. We will see. There was a point that I was making, but I've forgotten it now. It mustn't have been important. Doom Link talking about things that isn't important. Or things that aren't important. Doom Link not able to speak using correct grammar. Point being that none of those things are a surprise. Or unusual. Gash resistance, which is not really necessary. I never find gash resistance to be very helpful. Not in this game anyway. Thank you for Dark Moongrass, which I will not need to use for a long time. It's complete overkill for this part of the game, so please don't use it at this point. So we're not going to go all the way to the other side. That's not really necessary. We will instead... You can hear the sounds of the dogs barking. I'm not interested in them. I don't need to fight them, and I will not fight them. We'll just continue along up here. And now that we've done that, that's pretty much this area done. Like, we just have to get to the boss, basically. 1-2 is a fairly fast location to go through. You can go through it even faster than what I've been doing here. Whenever I go through 1-2, I take it nice and slow and talk to Ostrava and whatever else. But you don't even have to do that. You can just cross these bridges and be at the boss, pretty much. It's a very fast area. Glad that I shielded all of that. Can you stop? It's good to just mash these guys. It's worthwhile because of the horizontal effectiveness of this particular weapon. Stop it. And then you can die. I still don't know the exact safe zone for this particular run. I don't know if it's in line with this, or if it's like at this point. I don't know where the safe zone is. Or, it would be more accurate to say I don't know the point where I would first get hit. It seems like it's right in line with the first wheel of that carriage. So, that's fair enough. Ooh. So because I have the Thieves' Ring, I shouldn't be bothered by that Blue-Eyed Knight immediately. Or so I say. That definitely didn't happen. Just want to kill these archers before I take on the Blue-Eyed Knight. Oh, he's gonna... There we go. I'm trying to shield everyone at the same time. It's not working so well. That didn't work at all. Don't you do that, mate. Thank God for the defense of the Fluted Knight set, I'll tell you what. Let's go, mate. Fucking dickhead. Of course, I could get a chance of getting a Knight Shield, which would be nice. I would have laughed if I got it. It's super rare. But, yeah, I'm looking for heavier shields for this build, so it wouldn't be entirely helpful to me. A Knight's Sword wouldn't be too bad, but I rarely use that. Why do I have so much Half Moon Grass at this point in the game? I'm a bit confused. Is it just me, or is this a lot of Half Moon Grass to have at this point? Maybe I was lucky and picked up a lot of it by chance. I don't know. Almost 30 Half Moon Grass. Weird. Well, I've picked up more than 30. I've used some of it. You can see the amount... Can you not run away? Oh, for fuck's sake, it's Demon Souls. Hitting you is supposed to stop you from running away. It's not Dark Souls 2. Frickin' rude. Anyway. Guess I'll just have to ignore that. But yeah, I'm trying to wait until I get a different weapon to actually use my upgrade materials on. Because I'm not planning to stick with the longsword for very long. At least not longer than I have to. But yeah, I'm pretty much 99% sure that killing the Tower Knight here is not going to get me to Pure White World Tendency. Which is fucking annoying. And obviously, other ways you can get to Pure White are by killing Black Phantoms and things like that. But that's not going to be happening. So... Because obviously, none of that business without the online. You do have NPC Black Phantoms, but there are none in World 1 too, so... Yeah, it sucks. So as per usual protocol, we will go and kill all the archers, first and foremost. Look out for his ranged attack. And then we will go and kill him. Killing the archers comes first. With the Thieves' Ring, it's not too bad to keep the archers alive, but it can be annoying if you get too close to them. I'm pretty sure they can still aim for you and try to hit you when you have the Thieves' Ring on, although I've never really tried it, and if I have, it was so long ago that I just don't remember. Because the first time I ever fought the Tower Knight, I did come up here and kill these guys, so I've done it ever since then. There's one guy running around, he's the one that I knocked down on the other side. He went for a bit of a run to the other side, now he's going back. Don't know what the hell he's trying to do. The mysterious AI of Demon Souls. I'm about to get slammed with that thing. That would freaking hurt, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't just look painful, I'm pretty sure it is painful. So we're going to go do a run attack on this guy. I was going to say at the expense of my health, but I was fortunately not harmed by that. Or by any bolt that he was firing at me. I'm going two-handed to just deal a little bit more damage here. Come on. Of course, you need to actually break the armor on the ankle there. Heel, ankle, that general area. But when I was first playing through this game, I found this guy to be very intimidating. Now, but yeah, he's actually not a problem at all. Shit! You're so annoying sometimes, man. Come on, get your big shield. This is the foot that annoys me. It's because it's quite close to the shield, so if he jumps back, you often just get smacked in the face by the shield. Oh shit. It's really easy to get knocked down with him when he does that. Do 2 strong attacks. There we go. Almost at half, not quite there though. So at this point, you just need to aim for 1 foot. Stop it. Sometimes it pisses me off. Like, a lot. Hopefully the game's not too loud, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is the correct volume for it. Oh, that looks really loud, actually. Shit, is it actually that fucking loud? That is super loud. Fuck me. I'm gonna turn that down. Where's my mouse even? Oh, I don't need him to drop on my head. But yeah, it looks like the game's really loud. I'm just a bit obsessed with the game being too loud these days because for some reason, and it's purely through bad luck, most of my streams have had the game volume be too loud. Can you look at that delayed fucking hitbox? What a load of garbage. Anyway, the game volume should be a little bit more reasonable now, I think. It's going to be annoying when he falls down here. He might fall into the wall. No, he won't. There we go, that's a dead Tower Knight. I would love his spear. I don't believe his spear was cut from the game as a weapon to actually use, though. Or his lance, however you want to say that. Sort of a lance-shaped spear. Anyway, that's World 1-2. And we will likely not be at pure white, World Tendency. But I will check anyway, out of hope and desire. But most likely not. I could have a death wish and try to kill the Penetrator. But it's not going to happen, I don't think. Look at that, it's just a little bit off pure white. And taking on World 1-3 is just ridiculous at this point. But I can't anyway, I need to kill an Archdemon, which will probably be World 2's Archdemon. So, yeah, that's a thing. I'll take off my Turpentine, I don't really need it right now. And I'm just really unimpressed generally, because my plan was to, at this point, confront Execution Marauder and get the Brushwood stuff, the shield and the armor set. But that is not happening. And I will double check just to make sure that I can't access it. And at the very least to just prove it to you guys that I can't access it. It's really freaking annoying. But anyway. It's just rude. If I haven't died once and I've killed 2 bosses in this world, it should be enough to unlock this area, but it's not. Stop that. But yeah, see how it's frickin' locked? This stupid gate is the bane of my existence, I swear to you. What annoys me the most is that all the other times I just thought it would be nice to demonstrate the Execution Marauder fight. But right now I actually frickin' need the thing. Excuse me. Right now I actually need to fight her. Because I need to actually access the stuff behind where she spawns. For the actual build. God, it's frustrating. What weapons can I get? Where do I get the claymore? I could just wait until I get the Dragonbone Smasher and maybe use the longsword until then. But that would make fighting the Flamelurker really hard, legitimately. Because, well, fighting him legitimately would be hard at that point. Let me think. Once again, I'm not impressed about this brushwood stuff because I will need to level up endurance. But I believe, is it 24 strength? I think 24 strength is the one-handed requirement for the Dragonbone Smasher. I don't remember the dexterity requirement. It's probably 14. I'm not going to take... Actually, I do want more strength. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get the purple flame shield and maybe the Ring of Great Strength from World 1-1 also. We could do that. If I wanted to be super weird, I'd sacrifice my life here, then in soul form, go in there, just to make sure that I don't die while alive in this Archstone. Because that would make accessing Execution Marauder impossible until after killing King Allant. Probably. Which would not be good at all. Like, that would be terrible. So... I don't freaking know. I probably won't do that. I'll probably just try to trust in myself. I'll get my strength up to whatever it needs to be to actually use that shield. We'll hold off on that, like the rest of those souls, and we'll go to Boletarian Palace here, World 1-1. We'll get the purple flame shield. I don't think it requires 22 strength. I don't think it's that much. That's probably the amount you need for the large brushwood shield, but I don't think... No, it's 18 strength, I think, for the purple flame shield. Okay. Let's go and have a look at that. I will go and get the Ring of Great Strength as well, seeing as though I'm here. And it may be necessary anyway, given my current unleveled endurance. Get away. I don't believe that the red dragon has disappeared. Even though we've unlocked World 1-3. These guys piss me off. Yeah. Stop it. Bloody insufferable bastard. I hate draglings sometimes. Oh god, I nearly got pushed off the fucking edge right there. All because of these stupid bastards coming out of the dark. I couldn't see them. Yeah, get out. I hate these guys so much and their stupid hats. Like, what's with the hat? Who wears a steel, wide-brimmed hat? What is the fucking purpose of that? Someone needs to explain this to me. A steel, wide-brimmed hat. Like, what? Makes no sense to me. Why do the archers wear regular hats, and these guys... Like, these are not helmets, I'm sorry, you can't call them helmets. Why are they wide-brimmed if they're helmets? Wouldn't those just get in the way? I don't know. I don't understand. But it's freaking weird. Oh, stop it. Obviously, my inability to deal with those guys is mostly down to my own stupidity, but anyway. This guy comes out with his freaking axe. His battle axe, I should say, more specifically. That is the name of the weapon. That red dragon isn't coming, but I don't know if that means that he's not here. I'm pretty sure I've had scenarios where he doesn't come and breathe fire on this bridge, but he's still over there. So we'll see how that goes, but... This guy's got a halberd. And he's not very dexterous with his use of it. Looks like you need to level up your dexterity, my friend. Look at this guy. Also, I can't Like my high end, the high end in my voice is not accessible right now because my throat's still not perfect, but it's at like 95%, if not higher than that. These guys are the ones that always get me. It's just one of those situations where one of them is going to be able to shield you. See? Every fucking time. Absolutely hate them. The two most insufferable bastards in this game. Those two guys right there, they get me every time. I don't think it would be possible for me to actually have a confrontation there where I wouldn't get hit once. Like, I don't think that would be a possibility for me. See, this dragon's still here. Asshole. Well, my current defense should be enough to handle getting fire breathed on me, probably. Purple flame shield is this one, maybe? No, that's ring of flame resistance. That will help, though. I don't know if any of that stuff is what I want, but anyway, that flame resistance ring, we're going to put that on. I don't know how much that will help when it comes to getting breathed on by these guys, but hey. I think the one closest to the dragon is the flame shield. Yep. Well, get up and run away, like as soon as possible. Then heal again. And of course the ring of great strength is closest to the purple dragon, or the blue dragon, whatever the hell he is. Purpley, blue, whatever. Point is, that tail is a frickin' nightmare. And I want to wait until he slams it down. Go on, slam it down, mate. Slam it down. Oh, he got me. You. Oh no, that's so bad. Fuck, why did I do it? I fucking knew it. I said to myself, don't get the Ring of Great Strength until after you fought Executioner Marauder. Now what have I done? I've gone and died while alive in World 1. So now I might not be able to access Executioner Marauder until after King Allant, which makes getting the Brushwood set a complete waste of my fucking time and will probably not happen until I'm going into New Game Plus. So thank you, game, for being fucking useless with your stupid world tendency system. At least have it be consistent, please. It just gives me the shits. And it wouldn't give me the shit so much if I had at least had an opportunity like once in this live stream series to take on Execution Marauder. But every time, my starting world tendency is just dog shit for Boletarian Palace. Every time. Yes, I will go and get my souls, because that was enough to level up like once or twice. So I'm not fucking impressed with that either. Eat cock. Anyway. Just fucking annoys me. I was trying to pace myself. I was trying to wait until that fucking tail just went. But no, it's got more range to it than I thought. I hate that fucking tail. The Ring of Great Strength, speak English, is not a requirement for me at this point. I don't need it. I'll just level up my endurance, it's fine. But it's nice to have. Sometimes this game gives me the shits, man. The real shits. Stop it. Oh no, I'm not dying twice and losing my souls to add insult to injury. That would not happen at all. Not on my fucking watch I would allow that to happen. Stop it. I hate these spear motherfuckers. I hate them so much. And they're so annoying that you have to shield each of their attacks individually. You can't just shield one and then hit them twice. You have to shield another attack after that. So annoying. Fuck off. I don't care about you. don't want to kill all these guys. I don't want to. It's so boring. So many of them. It's fucking repetitive. And look who comes to the front of the fucking pack. Mr. Dickhead with the spear. My favourite enemy. Don't even try it. Oh my god. So frustrating. Will I try and get the Ring of Great Strength again? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm pretty damn fucking annoyed right now. I'll tell you that much. Failed backstab again. What's with the backstabs in this recording? I can't get any of them off. I've got no idea why. Anyway. Hello. Again. You fucking assholes. Alrighty. So I did succeed in killing both of them without losing any health. Whoop-de-doo, I fucking achieved something. Very exciting. So rather than the Ring of Flame Resistance, we're going to put on the Cling Ring. That might actually allow me to sort of survive something. If I get fire breathed on me. Whereas that tail is an instant kill, even with the Fluted Knight set. I didn't think it would be, but it is, so great. Can you stop? Shithead. Anyway. Let's heal to full, or at least damn close to full. Then try again. Yeah, breathe your fire over there. Nope, he's gonna do the tail. If it looks like it's gonna happen again next pass, then oh! And I won't bother. Because I do not need to risk my life in this way. Yes, the Ring of Great Strength is good. No, no, I'm not doing this shit. It's not worth my fucking time. Not at all. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's so annoying. I think what it is, it's because I'm a bit slower because of this heavier set, that I'm not going to take off the arm pieces and have less defense. It's not happening. So, tough shit. No Ring of Great Strength. No nothing, just wasted the last 10 minutes. Only to have Executioner Marauder not be accessible after the Penetrator. Excellent. Just what I fucking like. Anyway. Look how fucking close it is. Seriously. Maybe I'll be lucky, and if I don't die in World 1-3, I'll be able to get Pure White. Who knows? But I probably won't. Because that would be too fucking easy. Can you not? Anyway. Just drop down there. I don't give a shit. Whatever is fast. Alrighty. Next order of business is... Oh, can't even use it. Is it 22? Hold on. It must be 22. Unbelievable. Look at the fucking thing. It's made of wood. Eat my fucking ass. Too fucking heavy to use as well. So I need to upgrade my strength 2 more levels. Plus my endurance to even carry the fucking thing. Ugh, what a nightmare. I hate strength builds. I really do. Every time I do a strength build, I'm like, why did I do this? Every time. You think I would have learnt by now. I hate strength builds. Anyway. So. What are we doing? How long have we been streaming for? 1 hour and 14 minutes. Okay, I'm probably not going to do a long live stream today because I'm not in the mood, as you can tell. So what we'll do is we'll consume some souls, because I'm assuming we have some of those, yeah. Go and equip them here. Just for swift consumption. And then we will level up as much as we can. First priority is strength, because if I can actually wield the shield, I can just unequip my armor until I have the appropriate equip load percentage. And that might be enough. We'll see. Then we'll put 2 more into endurance, see how that goes. Oh yeah, I have to take off the mail breaker, that's probably a good idea. Although that is a piercing weapon. No, I can use the strong attack of the longsword to deal piercing damage to those trolls. That'll be alright. What do we got here? Here we go. That's usable. Good to see. I keep forgetting that at this low level, you can get a lot of upgrades. But yeah, that's good. I don't have to take off any of my armor. But I'm sure taking off that mail breaker made a big difference. Now, it's very important that I don't die more than, I think, 2 or 3 times in the Stonefang Tunnel. In other words, World 2. Because I do need the Dragonbone Smasher, and that requires Pure White World Tendency as well. So I have 2 Pure White World Tendency requirements here. So that's a thing. Now... I won't upgrade the Purple Flame Shield because I don't intend to use that. At least not much. Then that requires 4 or something. Why does it require so much? Relax!
Duke.
Anyway. I think we'll just take on the Stonefang Tunnel. Let's go for it. And then I think that'll be it for this live stream. Is there anything else that we wanted to do? I think we can level up a bit more, so let's do that. And put it into Vitality. Cool. So, without further ado, we will continue. Now, I did buy 2 beers, but it seems to be setting off my throat, so I'm not going to have more than one. And I was worried about that. So I won't overdo it. And I had the feeling that spirits would be even worse than that, for that reason. So yeah. I won't be having any rum today. Because I might record Breath of the Wild later on, we'll see. Oh yeah, I was going to use the... Yeah, okay, so because I only have 1 Stone of Ephemeral Eyes right now, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to stick with the Cling Ring for now. Okay, let's get another Piercing Strike. And of course, Ripostas and Backstabs do count as Piercing Strikes as well. Stop that. Why are none of my Backstabs working here? It's ridiculous. I do not understand. You can hear that I don't like... My coughing is not mucusy. It's just, I think it's like a dry sort of thing going on with my throat. I don't know. No backstabs are working. And I'm sick of it. Alrighty. We can now move on. And fight the dogs momentarily. My favourites. My favourite enemies. Alright. So whether or not they come bursting through those pots does depend on your discoverability. In other words, whether or not you have the Thief's Ring. Try not to go too close to them. Swing in his bag. And we'll see what he gives us. How is our item burden, by the way? Oh, we've got plenty. There we go. And I think there's one more. And surprisingly, the pots still have not burst with the crazy dogs. Look at this. Look how close I can get with the Thieves' Ring. It's pretty good. Alright, let's mash you to death. Oh god. You can see how much of a risk they are. Like, even trying to heal is hard with these guys. And they suddenly jump forwards as well, so you don't know when it's safe to heal. See? What did I just say? They suddenly jump forwards, so you don't know when it's safe to heal. And that is exactly what fucking happened. He didn't telegraph jack shit. He's just this thing that moves all of a sudden, and then he's there and you just get hit. This is what I don't get. I'm using the fucking Fluted Knight set and I'm dying to dogs. You've got to be having a laugh. I suppose half of my problem here is that I'm playing like shit. That has to be part of it, because I have noticed that my play has just been shit in this recording. Like, that can't be denied. So, anyway. Oh dear. Here we go again. Any of these guys that appear docile, I probably won't attack. Okay, he's not docile. Or is he? I don't know if he is. He was looking around and he was swinging his arms, so I'm scared. Oh, now you're after me. I thought you were going to leave me alone. Just the thing is, I'm going to have to come back into this area when I'm being chased by the dogs. What are you doing? Wow. That's exciting. Whoa! God, he's having a good old time. Look at him go. His head. Oh my god, his head. I have never seen a head do that. Whoa. His head is doing like backflips and front flips, and it's going inside of his chest. It's doing the whole thing right now. Whoa. And it looks like he's finally died. Was that the most prolonged and extreme death sequence ever in the history of anything? Maybe. But, yeah. That's a rough way to go. Let's pick up our souls. And kill these fucking dogs. Because as you can see, they have eyes on you almost immediately when they don't have the pots in the way. So, that's a thing. Oh god. Speaking of having eyes on me immediately, I've got the fat official casting his fire. Which is not really what I like. Fat officials are freaking annoying. Shard of Spiderstone. Don't need that. For my pure bow build it was quite useful, but that'll be a fun build to go back to. I enjoyed that. By the way, I will be using the lava bow with my EP rapier build, because the whole idea is that it's sort of a fire damage build in a way. So, I'll be using magic to upgrade the actual fire damage that I'm dealing. Because that's how it works. I believe that the magic scaling doesn't increase the physical damage, but rather the fire damage of those two weapons. And they can kind of be of equal effectiveness almost, I think, when both fully upgraded, so... Or they scale equally to the amount of magic you have, I should say. So... Oh my Jesus. I hate these guys so much. Their pickaxes do hurt as well, I have to say. Hi. Of course, all of this is doing quite a number on my stamina. The whole shielding plus strong attack business. Oh, don't really have the stamina to go back. Sometimes those guys do a follow-up with their pickaxes where they sort of jump in the air and it fucking hurts. It's better to not have to be on the receiving end of that. You can pick up a pickaxe right there if you want. I don't want it. So I'm going to leave it right where I found it. Of course, when crossing this bridge, you need to remain on the left side. And I generally just fight this guy to get souls, and possibly full moon grass from when he dies as well. Failing all of my backstabs. Such a good run. Absolutely lovely. Now, I don't necessarily have to do strong attacks with this guy. Oh. And he does have more range with that crop than it looks. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so we'll go and pull the lever, and seeing the ghost pulling lever confused me a lot when I was doing the Japanese run of this game, back when the servers were gone, well, first gone. That was the first time I'd played the game in offline, probably. So I didn't actually realise that even in offline mode you had a ghost appearing pulling the lever. So I assumed it was another player doing it, but nope. It was not. So that confused me a lot. Got the Iron Knuckles, which is actually a strength scaling weapon, but I don't think it does much damage. I don't know. Maybe if you got crushing Iron Knuckles, they would be decent. I've got no idea. But I certainly do not take it upon myself to use fist weapons in a strength build. At least not usually. In some of the later games there are some strength scaling fist weapons that are kind of decent. Fist weapons are never that good, like they're just not. Which is a shame, I wish they were, but no. I think maybe one thing that they could do to make it so that fist weapons are worthwhile is they don't necessarily have to do more damage, but maybe if they could attack faster. Kind of like how a dagger is very good in the way that it can attack super fast. So obviously daggers don't do much damage, but they have high critical values and they can also attack super fast. So if you had a similar thing with the fist weapons where your character just sort of had a flurry of punches, that would be really cool. But maybe a specific class would be able to do that, for example. Which I think would be really interesting. It's not necessarily Souls-esque at that point. That's quite outside of the scope of how the Souls series has treated classes thus far. But still, I think that would be an interesting way to make fist weapons more viable. Not that my recommendations are of any use now. If Dark Souls 3 was the last of the Souls games. Which I'm perfectly content with, because you know what? That's okay. Because if they've got 1 out of 4 Souls games be shit, then they're doing well. Demon Souls was really good. Dark Souls was fucking amazing. Like, and I've talked about this before, so I won't go into too much detail, but the best thing about Demon Souls and Dark Souls is the fact that they were 2 games that released back to back, chronologically speaking, that were amazing games for their time, and did not rely on each other to be successful. They were both unique in their own right. Dark Souls didn't need to be Demon Souls, and Demon Souls established things that did not need to remain static in the series. And those 2 games existing together were amazing. Dark Souls 2 was a colossal disappointment. And whoever gave the okay for that game to be released in the form that it was released in should be tied to a post and shot by a firing squad. But they made up for it with Dark Souls 3. Because Dark Souls 3 is pretty much, in my opinion, on par with Dark Souls and Demon Souls. It's just the timing of it makes it so that it can't be as good. Because the environment that it released in was not the same. And by extension, the community that it released to was not the same. It wasn't a community anymore. But anyway. That's just how it all is. So I think them stopping now with the Souls series is them cutting their losses. So, yeah. Dark Souls 3 is what Dark Souls 2 should have been, because they literally took all of the good things from Dark Souls 2 and kept all the shit things out and brought stuff back from Demon Souls. That's what Dark Souls 2 should have been, but they needed a shit game in between, I guess, to balance it out. Who knows? But that's really weird. When my phone vibrates, it creates an echo, and I don't know how that's possible, but it does. But, anyway. Yeah. I think I was trying to make a point before. Oh yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I don't mind there being no more Souls games. That's fine to me. What's better, the Purple Flame Shield or the Steel Shield? I think the Steel Shield's better, isn't it? That's the one with 18. Now, what's the difference in guard break reduction? Is the same. I don't regret using or putting 22 points into strength at this point. That's fine. Let's say point a few more times. Excuse me. But yeah. Gonna stick with the Purple Flame Shield. Yeah, World 2.1 feels really long compared to 2.2. I do not like fighting these guys at all. Because they're fucking dangerous. Ugh. See? They're gonna keep jumping after me like those fucking dogs. They're the dogs of the Lizard Kingdom, these things. Or the Reptilian Kingdom, I should say. It's not like... It's an animal kingdom, not... like... A reptile is a species of animal. They don't have their own kingdom. Anyway. Doesn't matter. I do find it weird that it's called the Animal Kingdom, though. It's an interesting word to use, because it's specifically derivative of the word king, I believe. Like, king is not the root form, I'm pretty sure. As in, where the word came. Like, kingdom is not... What I'm trying to say, the reason why I can't get my fucking train of thought is because these dogs are making me want to throw my controller out the window while keeping the window closed so it smashes through the glass. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm pretty sure the word kingdom is based off of king. So who's the king of the animal kingdom? We are, baby! Not in all cases. We make up for our physical weakness through our intelligence, but as far as animals go, we are super weak by comparison. But anyway. I saw a really stupid compilation, only because, I don't know, someone sent it to me. Someone uncool. About animals messing around with cars. You just sort of... You don't realise how strong animals are until they just destroy the shit out of a car. Like, humans can't really destroy the shit out of a car. But animals that you wouldn't even expect to be able to just annihilate a car can just annihilate a car. And, yeah. Which does put into perspective the fact that, you know, you kind of feel safe in your car, but actually you're not. Because, yeah, cars are pretty durable by our standards, but to an animal it's just some plastic piece of shit. So, well, they weren't always plastic, but they're plastic now. Anyway, getting lots of materials here. Flinched him. Alright, let's finish up this level, shall we? And then finish the live stream after that. I think I saw a sword jumping around, not a shield. Doomlink, there's a difference between a sword and a shield. I would like to think that you know this. Over here. Over here. Alrighty. So just past this point there will be a fat official, and then we've got the boss pretty much. After maybe one or two more confrontations. Come on, mate. There we go. I'm going two-handed to try and beat him up. Which, if you haven't noticed, is not working so well, because the problem with these guys, and I've talked about it before, they can just completely ignore your, I suppose, poise damage? It's not applicable in this game, because it's not called poise in this game, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean when I say poise damage. So, long story short, they don't flinch when they get into a specific animation. And it's the casting animation for their fire. It's super annoying. I'm slashing him to death because I'm bored. Alrighty. Well, not because I'm bored, but because I decided that I would do it, and I'm too lazy to switch to a piercing strike, not because I'm bored. Baby's nails over there, we're going to ignore it. Needless to say, we don't need a baby's nail with a strength build. Not helpful. No, it's the Chris. Sorry, I'm being stupid. Baby's nail is at the end of the Fool's Idol confrontation. Baby's nail. You know, they're both piercing weapons, so could have said something worse than that. Realistically. I know it's Spider Stone, but I pick it up anyway. It's a shining thing, and it bothers me if I don't pick it up. I have no other choice. Alright, so we'll be going melee with this guy, obviously. I shouldn't do that. I should wait until the specific opportunity to attack, which is now. And I'm not doing an amazing amount of damage, but anyway. Please don't charge up a strike. It's a waste of time. Guessing you're charging up one now. As long as I can get away in time. Oh my god, I didn't. I should shield that. Just shield it, man. You've got the fucking flame shield, so do it. Oh god. So obviously, and I don't usually do that, I don't usually attack the spider while it's gearing up to do that charging strike. But I did it once and I regretted it, so there you go. I won't do it again if I can avoid it. Or I will probably learn from that lesson, but I'll do it again just to remind myself of why I don't do that anymore. Because I have a tendency to do that. It's almost a subconscious thing. I don't consciously think, let's do it to see if it's actually bad. It's a subconscious thought. It's an understanding that I didn't do it before, but then I think, oh, it won't hurt to do it again now. And then I regret it. So so learning not to do something doesn't necessarily help, at least in my case, if I can't remember why I don't do something, or why I do something. So, yeah, it's annoying. God, that fire has some reach to it. Might be better to go one-handed like this. I think the stamina consumption is better. And it allows me to get more damage out overall. That's my theory. I don't want you to charge up again. Let me hit you at least once more. Thank you for that. Now he's going to charge up. So he lets you do it 3 times then. That's very nice of the spider. I'll hold my shield up just in case. I should be far enough away this time. I was edging forward out of interest last time. Web. Oh. Relax. I ran out of stamina. gonna heal. Stop that. I should be close enough for you to start doing that. The physical attacks. Well, fireballing is a physical attack. What I mean is close range versus long range. Stop that! Just trying to catch up with my switching of the weapons. Switching from one-handed to two-handed, that is. And because it was trying to catch up, I kept on hitting it an extra time. It's freaking annoying. Anyway, that's the armor spider. And I'm not going to do the flame lurker here because that requires a little bit of mental preparation. So I'll do that in the next recording. And I will probably suffer and fail a lot. But anyway. We have been recording for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Not too bad. I've definitely had longer recordings for this particular game. But anyway. I will level up before I finish. In terms of what I will level up, I'm not too sure yet. I'll equip all of this stuff, so that I can once again consume it a bit faster. Got some renowned such and such souls, which is good. Those will actually give me decent souls as I consume them. And then the renowned hero's soul up here will do it. Didn't give me too many souls actually. Where is the woman? No, really, where is she? There she is. Sitting over here.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
We'll get you to 15. I feel like I can leave it alone for a little while once it's at 15. There we go. I'm happy with that. Didn't mean to do that. Anyway, I do thank you all for watching. I'm pretty sure that is all that I wanted to do for this particular recording. In the next part, we will try to finish off World 2 to get the Dragon Bone Smasher. I believe it's 32 strength for the requirement to use the Dragon Bone Smasher. I was saying 20 something, like 23. I actually think it's in the 30s. But, anyway, we'll see. I was getting confused between the strength requirements of shields and that particular sword. I'm pretty sure it's like 32 strength that you require. And because it is a beast scaling, that 32 strength will, alongside its physical strength, give me a lot of and raw damage. So it will be a very good weapon to have at that point in the game. But anyway, I do thank you all for watching once again. And I'll see you when I'm next recording. Bye bye.